So happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Happy
Okay,
Sunday.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't in here all by myself. All right. So welcome again to our in-person service here at Rhino Comedy in Sun-Fri, New York. We are here the first Sunday of every month. So as Chris has shared, we are in our August theme of my passion, my purpose. And I love this theme because it's a topic we often, if we don't talk about it, we certainly think about it, right? And so today's topic is awakening to your passion. I want to mention the companion book this month because I got it and it is amazing. It's Living from the Mountaintop, Be the Mystic You Were Born to Be by Reverend Dr. Christian Sorensen, who's the spiritual leader at Southside Center for Spiritual Living in California. It's the first book that I'm downloading on my Kindle. I was so resistant to the whole Kindle situations. I like the book, I just do. And so I said, let me just try it out, and it's not bad. I can still highlight and do all the things, so I'm trying it out. Yeah, I'm trying it out. I know Sekou has been a convert of this a long time ago, but I have resistantly been on that bandwagon. So you'll know how I like to start things. I like to start things with the definition of key terms that we're going to be using throughout the month. So our topic is awakening to your passion. So we're going to define awakening, passion, and purpose. So awakening, rousing, quickening, a recognition, realization, or coming into awareness of something, the start of a feeling or awareness in a person. And so what I really love is exploring the origins of words. So for me, the origin of the word is like the vibration of the word. So the vibration of awakening is be lively. Yeah. Then passion, the full force of your attention and energy. And the origins of passion is to suffer and to submit.
What?
Interesting, right? Interesting. Passion of the Christ. That's exactly what I thought about when I saw to suffer. Purpose, the reason for which something exists. And the origins of purpose is to propose. To propose. So let's hold on to that. Be lively, to submit or to suffer, and to propose. So Ernest Holmes also has a definition of purpose that I really enjoy. He says a commingling of desire and determination, an inner recognition of the divine urge. You feel that one? Yeah. So we could substitute the title of today's message, Awakening to Your Passion, to be lively, submit to the proposal. Be lively and submit to the proposal. So are you lively in your submission of your passion? Come see, come saw sometimes. All right? Are you lively in your submission to your purpose? Yes. Yes. So more yeses to the purpose, not so much on the passion. Interesting. All right. So if you don't have the Science of Mind magazine for this month, it's really, really good this month. Not that it's not good other months, but I really, really enjoyed this month. And so there's an article by Dennis Merritt Jones titled The Sacred Connection, Your Passions and Purpose. And he defines passion as an impartial, intensified energy surge that passes through a seeking expression. Has anyone felt that? Impartial, intensified energy surge that passes through us seeking expression. Yeah. So I want to share a section with you from his article. And the section that I want to share is called The Supreme Irony. So this is a little long, so you'll just stay with me, all right? Consider the idea that we are each sent here for one singular purpose, one singular reason. And the irony is that the purpose is the same for every one of us. I am reminded of the saying, there is only one of us here. If we believe, as Ernest Holmes declared, that God is all there is, it could be no other way. When he wrote, what are we looking for? We are looking with. What we are looking for, we are looking with. Holmes gave us an insightful clue that our purpose is right in front of us 24/7. If we are mindful, it's not difficult to discern. For a deeper peek into your ultimate purpose, ponder the following and see if something stirs within you. So I just want to invite you all to just close your eyes for a moment. Just take a breath. Imagine in the beginning, before we each arrived here from the ethers of the divine, God plucked from its own essence little individualized godlings of itself, and speaking to them said the following: soul beings, I am sending you on a mission. Your soul and your soul purpose is to go to planet Earth and be me. To make this possible, I give you a uniform called a body, which is nothing more than a temporary carbon-based, biodegradable, disposable vessel from which you shall eject upon completion of your mission. I also give you a personality with which you will create many learning opportunities about how to be me in my highest vibration, unconditional love. Because this is a big job, you're not alone on your mission. I've sent 8 billion of you to be me. You'll know when you are being on purpose because you'll feel connected to something larger than yourself, which is me. Be mindful of that feeling. It's called passion, and it will tether you to your purpose in the present moment. I breathe the breath of my life into you because we are a team. We need each other to fulfill this purpose, because I am the life principle that animates your being, and you are my emissary, my divine delivery system. Therefore, your purpose is to be an open and willing vessel through which I flow into infinite and unique forms of expression. In an effort not to intimidate other soul beings, I create you to be a one-of-a-kind ambassador, because I don't need two of anything exactly the same, which would be a redundancy in a universe of infinite possibilities. My desire is for you to be me as only you can be. Now depart into the light and fulfill your unique purpose with passion. Oh, and by the way, when you arrive on Earth, you'll forget all about this conversation. So he ends by saying, so here we are, a collective of souls awakening, spiritual beings becoming and remembering from whence we came, who we are, and why we have come, because we have received the ultimate gift, the gift of life. As human beings, we are already fulfilling our purpose on this planet. The practice of a lifetime is to awaken to it. But how are we to know when we are living on purpose? Passion points the way to that which is ours to do. Passion points the way to that which is ours to do. So when I asked the question, who's lively about their passion, it was come see, come sigh. But when I asked who's lively about their purpose, there was more yeses to that. But what we know is that passion points the way. Passion points the way. So have you ever had that energy surge that Ernest Holmes described and Dennis just described? Anyone had that energy surge? Yeah. You had that feeling of being connected to something larger than yourself. What were you doing? Anyone would share? What were you doing, Tony, when you felt that?
Oh, I felt it a lot of times singing, drawing, traveling.
Okay, so creativity,
Yes.
singing, drawing, traveling. Chris, how about you?
Writing.
Writing, yes, very clear, right? It's very clear, it's right there, right? So those moments are when we're in the flow, yes? It feels like, for me when it happens, it either feels like time has stopped or time has flown,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So there's this sense of timelessness, and there's a sense of emptiness also that I get to fill up by being in my passion, by being lively. Yes? So, in the companion book that I mentioned, Living from the Mountaintop, Be the Mystic You Were Born to Be, Reverend Sorensen writes this: having a purpose for life to move through you is an activity of the heart and spirit, not just the mind. The mental approach alone is missing an integral player. The heart is a large part of the activity to be led by your spirit. So passion is a feeling. Some of us are working really hard, thinking, what am I passionate about, right? That's not how it's going to come through. It's going to come through the submission, to submit, right? Through the suffering, but not in the sense that we think about. The suffering is a willingness, right? When we think about the passion of the Christ, there was a willingness, there was a surrendering, there was a allowing. Yes? So in New Thought, there's a saying, we're all very familiar with it: change your thinking.
Change your life.
Yes. But we have to add the feeling to that.
Yeah.
We have to add the feeling to that. And I tell y'all, I'm on a crusade in New Thought for feeling to get more light shined on it. So when we are living our passion and our purpose, the feeling tone is a very, very high vibration. Sometimes you might even feel tingling. The energy is just surging through you, yeah? So I think we could add change your thinking, change your life. What we could add to that is elevate your feelings, and transform your life.
Yes.
Because we want transformation, yes?
Yes.
So a couple of years ago, I was introduced to this Japanese concept, and I want to share it with you all, called Ikigai. You know Ikigai?
Yeah.
Ah, you're so love people. Yes, yes, yes. So I printed out a graph of it. You can just take one and pass it around. Of Ikigai. And if you're with me on Facebook or on Zoom, that's what it looks like. And you could just Google Ikigai, and a whole bunch of information will come up. So I became introduced to Ikigai a couple of years ago, and I was so fascinated by it. Does everyone have one?
No.
Here.
Where did they get stopped?
Multiple ones?
I have many, so
Oh.
everyone can have one.
They're coming, they're coming.
All right, here we go. Got everybody? All right, we got everybody.
All right. So Ikigai. So I was so fascinated by this concept, this Japanese concept, that I did a whole series on Morning Sip about it a couple of years ago. And on today's sip, I'm replaying the one about passion. So the 4 concepts of Ikigai are passion, mission, vocation, and profession. So Ikigai means your reason for being, your sense of purpose. So in Japanese, Iki means life, and Gai means value or worth. Okay? So the passion, as you can see from the paper, passion is about what you love. Mission is what the world needs. Vocation is what you can be paid for. Profession is what you are good at. And you see they all intersect. They're not standing alone, right? So there's an integration that is happening. So I'm just going to highlight the passion and mission for today, because we could substitute mission with purpose. Yes? All right. So passion again is what you love, and mission purpose is what the world needs. And so Chris shared one of my favorite Howard Thurman quotes about what the world needs. And Howard Thurman says what the world needs is people who have come alive, right? And what do we know about that word now, alive? It's about awakening, because the origins of the word awakening is what? Be lively, right? So we are the people who are awakening, because that is what the world needs. That is what the world needs. Yes? So, if we know that the word awakening means to be lively, and we know the world needs people who are lively, then what is it for us to do? What is it for us to do? It is for us to be in our passion and our purpose, to be passionate about our purpose, because that's what we said yes to. That supreme irony that I shared earlier, that God whispered and said, you're going to go down and be me. I'm paraphrasing here, right? And we said yes. And I know we all said yes because we're all here. And then we forgot, right? And then we remembered. And then we forgot. And it's like this roller coaster sometimes, right? But we get to remember, and not only do we get to remember and awaken to that, we get to remind each other. Because that is the purpose of community. For us to remind each other of the God that we are, right? I was so touched last week when we were at Cheryl's for our play date. And Joan, she's not here. She's here. Where is she? Oh, I can't see the lights. And so Joan, I was so touched. Joan, daughter, made these beautiful bookmarks for us. And on one side it said Ubuntu, I am because you are. And that's what we get to be for each other. To remind ourselves and each other when we have fallen asleep again, right? When we're not being lively, yes? So what the world needs is people who remember who they are and their divine assignment. What the world needs are people who are awake to the God as me. The God as me. What the world needs is people who are open and willing to be that vessel of God in the world. There's 8 billion of us, right? Expressing this purpose in a unique and divine way. Those of us who are awakening, and remembering are on this path. Not everyone is. Not everyone is. Right? So we have to surround ourselves with the people who are. Because there's a great force in not being on purpose and not living in your passion, right? So we are the ones that know. We are the ones who are submitting to that high vibration of love, of joy in the world. This is what we get to do. This is how we get to show up in the world. No matter what. That's the tricky part right there. The no matter what part. Then it said 24/7. So no matter what, this is how we get to show up. Ernest Holmes writes in the Science of Mind text, let us feel that our purposes are animated and inspired from on high. And then let us go forth and make our dreams come true in human experience with an invisible intelligence to guide and immutable law to direct. Let us take our place in any legitimate activity and thus cause our dreams to come to full fruition. Do you feel animated? Are you hyped? Right? Do you feel that urge, that surge of energy? Yes?
Yes.
Are you allowing the invisible intelligence to guide you? Amy said, there's that come see, come side again. Sometimes, yes. But there is an immutable law to direct us. The law is immutable. That means it's changeless. It's reliable. It's dependable. It's consistent. Yes?
Yeah.
Why not rely on that to direct and guide us? Right? There's no expiration date on the law. It is always available for us to use. So we remember that love points the way and law makes the way possible. Love and law are always ready to take our order. I love saying that. Give your order. What do you desire? The law is ready to take your order. What is it? Declare it. Decree it. Be it. Right? This is what our passion and our purpose is all about. So I don't know what folks are waiting for. I'm just keeping it real, y'all. Because time is not promised to any of us. So only thing that we have is right now. Right now. Right? At the end of Sekou's show, he always says, now, what do you say?
It's better than perfect.
Now is better than perfect.
Yes.
Right now is better than perfect. So many of us are waiting for the perfect conditions. If you are breathing, that is the perfect condition. Okay? Right now. Right now. Remember in the article, when we arrived on earth, we forgot all about the conversation we had with God. We forgot. Remember our soul and our soul purpose is to go to planet Earth and be God. Well, where are we? We're on planet Earth. What are we waiting for? The time is now to be God, to demonstrate God. No one else could demonstrate God the way you can, Amy. No one else on this whole planet can demonstrate God the way that you do, Janet. It's impossible because it is your purpose. Do you get that? Okay. So we already said yes to God's proposal. And we said, literally, we said a full body yes, because here we are in physical form, right?
That's right.
So we gave a full bodied yes. So this is what we're going to get to do with each other. If you could take out your phones. And we did this the last time we were together. And everyone wrote their truth statements in their phones. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And everyone was going to say their truth statement every day and be their truth statement. Yes? I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to ask.
Your destination is on the left.
Okay. Thank you. So in a minute, we're going to put something in our phones. But I want to share this with you first. And this is from the companion book this month again, Christian Sorensen's. This is what he says about our arrival. The world sang the day you were born. You arrived upon a star which glimmered brightly, hovering in the sky after your arrival. Upon your birth, you were marked for significance. For the gifts you bring is what this world hungers for. You were born with a flutter of joy in your heart and a twinkle in your eyes. You bound into your existence with a skip in your step. Your connection with the infinite was unwavering as you were born into greatness. You have been anointed with an important mission to fulfill, and you are so worthy. You have been anointed with an important mission to fulfill, and you are so worthy. You are so loved. You are so enough, just as you are. You are not alone in this. You are safe to be the full expression of God that you were created to be. So, hear me now. You are worthy. You are loved. You are safe. You are not alone. God is not separate from you. Remember what was spoken to you. Remember what speaks to you now. That whisper, that fluttering, that nudge, that dream, that urge, that synchronicity. That feeling is you awakening again and again to your passion and to your purpose. And I have to remind myself that I am not alone, that I am worthy. I am not alone. I am worthy. And I got the demonstration of that today. I'm home trying to get out the door, and all these little mishaps were happening. Anyone can relate to that?
Yes.
Yes. All these little mishaps were happening. I finally get out the door. I grab the keys off the hook, and I realized there were Marco's car keys, not mine. And I said, you know what, just go ahead, get in the car and go. The girls are home, you could get in the house. I get in the car, I don't have my phone. Marco's car keys don't have the house keys on it. My phone is in the house. I can't call the girls. I don't remember their phone numbers. Because I could have gone to a neighbor and said, can I use the phone? But who remembers anyone's number?
Right.
Right? But I remember the number I grew up.
Oh, yeah.
718-542-7119. What use is that to me today? Right? So I'm standing outside the house. I'm ringing the bell, ringing the bell, ringing the bell. But we have trained our girls, when we're not in the house, you don't answer the door. So they're not answering the door. I know they're not going to answer the door. So I'm standing there, and I said, peace be still. And then I hear Aria's voice, Mommy? I said, yes, it's me. Open the door. She opens the door. She said, you left your phone. I said, yes. He said, I was calling it because somebody was ringing the bell. And there it was on the floor. I said, okay. So I get in the car, and I'm like, I'm going to be late now. And as soon as I sit in the car, I always say a prayer. And I said, whatever this delay is about, I know it's for my highest good. So I get going. I'm on Cross County, and there is a 5-car crash that probably happened like 5 minutes before, because everything was still fresh. So if I had left on time, I possibly could have been impacted, if not in that crash. Because the crash happened in the lane that I would normally be in to make my exit to get onto Springbrook. So I said a prayer for everyone. No one seemed to be injured. But it was a demonstration that I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Sometimes we have to slow down to get the message, right? And to be at peace with the slowing down. Not to be like, oh my God, I can't get in the house. Oh my God. No. Everything happens for our highest good. Everything. Leaving the car, leaving the phone in the house, taking the wrong keys. Everything happens for our highest good. Everything. Crane day. You don't know about crane day. The crane hit a building not far from where Sekou lives, and there was a whole bunch of hoopla, and Sekou's reaction was, seek peace. And he just went and did that. But this is what we get to do when we are in our passion, when we know that we are living in our purpose, when we know that nothing is happening to us but for us. So what do you love? What does the world need from you? That's what we're going to do. So in your phone, just open up in your notes where you write lists of things, maybe in your reminders, because Lord knows we need to be reminded of this. We're going to write down what we love. Remember, it's a feeling, not a thinking exercise. What do you love? What lights your soul on fire? I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. And if you're on Facebook and Zoom, you can do it too. Listening to the replay. What do you love? What do you love? Okay. Let's just pause with that one, and here's the second one. What are you good at? These are the things that I am good at. Okay. So let's just pause there. Over the course of this week, continue the list. If you didn't finish, continue as things come to you. Continue the list. What you love and what you are good at. What you love is what you're passionate about, and what you're good at is your purpose. Yes? And we can see from Ikigai how they intersect. How they intersect.
I got the same thing.
You got the, oh, this is delicious.
Yeah.
So, this is the homework. So continue your list and see if there's any connections, right? See if there's any connections between what you love and what you're good at. Because that's what we're looking for. Because then that will lend itself to get clarity about our vocation and our profession, right? Imagine your profession is what you love and what you're good at. And it meets the need, right? It meets the need of what the world needs. So that's how I could do a whole seminar on Ikigai easily. I should, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Maybe I will. So that's what we're looking for. Are the things on your what you love list also on your what I'm good at list? And if it is, there's your gateway. Do more of what you love. Do more of what you're good at. Everything else is a distraction. Yes, everything else is a distraction. So the awakening manifests when the being, what you love, and the doing, what you're good at, are one. Are one. And just be mindful that it's about the feeling. It's what we get to do, not what we should do. It's not a burden. It's not something that is a heavy load to carry. It feels light and airy. We know what it feels like. So let's be that and do more of that. To be lively, to submit, and to say yes to the proposal. Peace and blessings, everybody. So I want to close this with a spiritual mind treatment from another favorite book of mine, The 30-Day Mental Diet. And this is by Willis Kinnear. And day 5 is Live with Enthusiasm. So I just invite you to go within, to close your eyes, take a breath. I know that I am a part of life. Its continual purposeful creativity is evident in my mind and body and finds an outlet through what I think and what I do, and I would add, and what I feel. As I now turn to this infinite intelligence, recognizing that it is also my intelligence, I permit myself to become an ever-increasing channel for its creative endeavor. Infinite mind always fulfills its every desire. The creative urge within me provides itself with the proper avenues for a complete and full expression and achievement. I am guided and directed into new situations, possess new ideas, discover new ways to be creative in what I am now doing. I become aware of new possibilities within myself, enabling me to engage in a joyful and happy endeavor. I am supplied with knowledge, the means and the ways to which to become more active, dynamic channel for the purposefulness of life. All of my creative work is done with ease, sureness, and confidence, for it is not I, but the infinite mind that is the doer. As I now express more of what life is, I more fully experience in all ways the completeness, the wholeness, the perfection, and the harmony that is its nature. And so it is. Amen. Y'all got your assignment. You're gonna do it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.